Hi everyone, it's Dr. Bernstein, and I want to welcome you to the very first week of our semester together. I try to create a welcome video for each week because I can sort of walk you through the assignments and give you some additional information. It's just an easy, fast way to get up to speed on the week of assignments. This one's going to be a little longer because I need to show you some important information about our site. So when you first get onto our course page in D2L, this is what you should be seeing. It might be slightly different because I'm in here on a professor view. So yours might be slightly different, but you can sort of figure out the difference yourself. So this is considered our news page. Sometimes I refer to our news page, and this is what I mean. So we've got our first welcome to the whole course video here, which you've probably already watched. If not, you should. And then there's some basic information about me. Used to be at Trident Tech full time. Now I live in Syracuse, New York. And so the best way to reach me is through our D2L email. So in the email for D2L, you just click on it, type in my name, you can shoot me an email. It's the best way to get in touch with me. Now, there are a couple of key places that you need to look for our course. So there's the content section, that's really the most important area, and I'll go to it in a minute. The discussions, the Dropbox for when you are submitting assignments, and we'll learn more about those in a few minutes. Quizzes, you can go directly to quizzes to take your quizzes for the course. And your grades. I always update the grades, and you should be able to track your progress throughout the course of the semester. So what we're going to do right now is go to the content section. And I'm going to make it bigger because my program sometimes makes the writing a little fuzzy. So what you're going to see here at the very top of the page are going to be your weekly checklists. Now you'll notice that there's something called checklist over here. I really recommend accessing it through the content page. And so what I always try to do is have at least 2 or 3 weeks of assignments available for you at a time. Sometimes the second or third week doesn't have every assignment available yet. I don't teach like a cookie cutter kind of way. I'm developing this course as we go along. But most importantly, this is not the kind of class where you can sort of do all your work ahead of time. What you learn each week and what you learn through interaction with me and through your classmates is an integral part of the learning experience that you need to apply to the next stage of the course. So you can't sort of like try to rip through it all at once. However, I know that we all have really busy lives, and sometimes you need to get a little farther ahead because you've got a big project coming up and you need to work your time that way. So I give you enough information ahead of time. This is your checklist. I'm going to go over that with you shortly. Then there is the section called Important Info. There's going to be more information added to these sections as we go along over the course of the semester, but right now there's a document called How You're Going to Earn Your Grade, and I want you to know right away what you're going to have to do to succeed in our course. So first of all, there will be times you'll be watching videos that I create to help you master the readings. You need to, you'll have assignments where you have to leave comments on them, and those are worth 5% of your grade for the course. Your quizzes, you're going to have quizzes on every single reading and video for our course. They're worth 20% of your grade. The great thing about the quizzes in our course is that they're all open book. So if you're taking notes on the videos, if you're underlining and marking up your readings and you're taking notes, you're doing the sort of answering the questions that I give you to guide you through the process, you should be able to excel to get a really, really great grade on each one of these quizzes. My point is not to trick you, it's not to test you on like unimportant information, it's to make sure you're doing the work. So I want to reward you for taking the notes. I want to reward you for doing the reading and marking up the reading. And this is the way to do it. And it's also the way to ensure that you are really understanding what you're reading. But I just want you to know that you're not going to be able to sort of take the quiz and then like look through all your readings and the video. Like if you haven't read the material, you really have to do it ahead of time and then take the quiz because of the time constraints of the quiz. The discussion posts are worth 25% of your grade. There will be a research project that's worth 25% of your grade, and then an essay that's worth 25% of your grade in our course. And I don't assign busy work. Every single thing that you do in my course is designed to help you with the bigger projects. So say the questions I give you to consider while you're reading, they're going to help you with your quiz, but they're also going to help you when it comes time to putting up your discussion post. And then the comments I give you on your discussion posts and what you read by exploring other people's posts are going to help you with your research project and with your essay. So every single thing is building upon a previous project and giving you lots of feedback and assistance along the way. So it's a very simple grading scheme. These are the things you're going to be graded on in our course. Okay. Now, let's go back to our page here. There's resources. So there's a link to the Learning Center if you need writing help, if you need help with your reading, if you have any problems with your computer or you need a computer lab. There are lots of them on campus. I have a link here. If you need to get Adobe Reader, because I put up documents as PDFs, here's a link to get to download Adobe for free, totally legit. Then there are the general policies, which I mentioned in one of the upcoming videos. And then sometimes there are little readings or an additional reading that's not in the anthology, and that information will be here. Okay, so let's take a look at the checklist for week 1. So what I do, I'm going to make it even bigger. What I do is I use this checklist feature, which is really cool because as you're doing the assignments, you can check it off and save it so you can track what you've done for the week and figure out what you need to do. You'll also notice that I break things down into daily tasks. Obviously, you don't have to follow this to a T. I just sort of create it as a way for you to pace yourself over the course of the week, one way of pacing yourself so that you can successfully complete the work. Now, sometimes you're going to have larger chunks of time where you want to do the work. That's fine. It's really up to you as long as you meet the core deadlines. So you notice this week there's a lot of introductory stuff. So you watch that first video. Now you're watching the Welcome to Week 1 video. There are 2 videos that I really want you to watch. One is called Marking Up Text, and another is called Reading, Time Management, and Lifelong Learning. And they're really not this long, but if you're taking notes, which I think you should be doing, because what I teach you here is like core skills that will help you excel in our course and in other courses as well. Um, so I sort of factor in how much time it should take you if you're watching and taking notes. So you'll notice that I try to put down time investments for every assignment so you have a sense of how long it's going to take you to complete each one of these tasks. Now keep in mind, it might take you longer, it might not take you as long, but I just want to give you a heads up so you can manage your time effectively. But these are really worth your time to watch. I need you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. This should not take you long at all. All of the video seminars I create for our course are available through my YouTube channel, which is why you need to subscribe to it. And this is where you're going to leave your comments. So I know many of you are already very, savvy here, but let me just show you. This is my channel. All you have to do when you get into YouTube is sign in. Oh no, I do have subscriptions. I don't know. Get into YouTube. You might have to create a YouTube account and subscribe to me. You can look me up under Professor Bernstein. That's my channel. Subscribe. It's really easy. Then there's some important policies that you need to know about. Now, you can just read the documents that are on the content page, but in 10 minutes, if you watch this video, I sort of walk you through the whole process and you don't have to read those documents yourself. Honestly, not the most interesting video in the world. Then on Tuesday, you're going to have to watch a video introduction that I created to John Winthrop's A Model of Christian Charity. That should take you about 15 minutes to watch and take notes on. And there are going to be a couple more that I add over, but I haven't added them yet, and you'll watch those also on Tuesday. They're really going to help you understand the reading and appreciate it. Then, starting on Wednesday, you're going to have to read A Model of Christian Charity, and pretty soon I'm going to upload the questions to consider while you're reading. That will guide you through the process, make it easy for you to figure out what you should concentrate on and what you don't have to worry about. So that's Wednesday and Thursday are your main reading days. And then by Friday, due by almost midnight on Friday, you need to post a comment on the YouTube video. It's really simple, 2 to 4 sentence comment about 2 to 4 sentences in comments about what you found most valuable about one of the Winthrop videos. Obviously, you need to make sure you proofread your comment, and you need to post that comment on the YouTube page. Then I'd say to take the quiz on Friday, but I'm really going to give you until Monday, January 16th at basically midnight to complete the quiz, just in case you're trying to get up to speed with everything. So that's it for this week. If you have any questions, feel free to post them. This is really the best place to post your questions is in the discussion section. Ask Dr. Bernstein. Post your question. I'll try to answer it as soon as possible. Once we get into the course, if you have questions that you want to ask each other, you can definitely do that. So that's it for now. I'm really excited to have you in my class, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.